Art Pop, November 11th comes out. And let's go back and try and set the stage for an artist in 2013. You certainly represent somebody who's much greater than just going into a studio, recording an album, pressing it, doing promo for it, and then doing all the other ancillary things that you're supposed to do because it's 2013. You are much more involved from a grassroots level. Really, the music, as we were referring to it, is just a small piece of the Lady Gaga pie of business, if you will. There's the art, there's the pop, there's the fashion, there's the technology, and all of these things, when you put out something on November 11th, they all have to intersect. They all have to, it's a web of a release for you. Yeah. Tell me a little bit more about that, and it's fascinating to me because there's really nobody in music that looks at a release date from all angles like you do.
Thank you. That was very sweet what you just said. Made me blush.
I have no idea what I just said.
I just imagined I was
sounded good.
I just imagined I was 15 and we were on TRL and I just almost went yeah, we think about all those things, and actually this time we are using the album release to be a metaphor for that experience, which so we're calling it the Big Bang, which is going to be an art rave that we throw in New York, and it's going to be really big, and we're going to have basically an exhibition of all of our collaborations with Jeff Koons and Marina Abramovich, Robert Wilson, and Inez and Vanud, plus some local performance artists and some artists internationally that will come in and perform for the fans, and plus I'll perform that night in the middle of all this art.
Very cool.
So basically what that will be is an intersection of all the things we've been working on, and the app being one of those very big things. And actually, I have worked harder on this app than I've worked on many things in my life. And
most apps, not to interrupt, but today seemingly have just like they're the new liner notes. Like since there's no physical CD anymore, a lot of people just have an app because the label says, well, you have to have an app now because everything has an app. Everybody's got an app.
But they're kind of half-assed.
When you click on it, there's not a whole lot there other than maybe a couple of photos and some, one step deeper for the artist. But for you, this app is a whole other thing.
Well, the first app that ever came out for an artist was done by Bjork, and she did a fantastic job. It was really beautiful and very innovative, but we wanted to take things a step further and create a hybrid, something that wasn't quite the Bjork experience and something that wasn't quite an experience like, for example, Johnny Cash also had an app. So basically what we did is we created something that we really love, that we felt tapped into the fans and their culture. So there's two engineering systems that come with the app on November 11th, and one of them is a DJ engineering system, and we call it Trackstar. And the other one is a art engineering system, which we call Art House. And these two programs, in Art House, you can make your own sculptures, and on Trackstar, you can make your own music by just drawing it like a painting. And
wow, cool.
It can be used by, someone that's my age, I'm 27, or, a 9-year-old can sit and make art and make music themselves and share it with their friends that they meet all over the world.
So it's shareable through the app, too, for monsters
it's
to
an interactive
exchange.
Experience. And
can you pop in and listen to your fans and the work that they're doing at all, or can they send it to you? I guess I could send it.
Well, yeah, there's going to be exhibitions and then live streamed DJ sessions. So you can record your drops and then go in and drop your drops with people from all over the world, and you can see where they are and where they come from.
Wow, it's very cool. What about your tour?
Well, that won't be for, maybe a couple of months at least.
Get to the album release first, right?
I'd like to get through the album release. And also, we built a lot of fashion technology, some incredible pieces that will be debuting that night at the Art Rave too. There will also be fashion shows and all this amazing work. We're really excited. And actually, I'm really excited to announce, I can tell you here, this is exclusive.
Yes.
I saw that iTunes announced that I'm headlining this year for the iTunes Music Festival.
Nice.
But what I haven't told you yet is that we will be doing an hour of all new music.
Whoa.
That's great.
You must love that.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I told
Where
everyone.
else can you get a venue to do an hour of all new stuff?
I said, if you have me do an hour show after this single comes out and you guys make me sing all my old records, I'm really going to be mad.
Right.
Because I worked so hard on this music and I've spent years on it now.
Yeah.
And it's going to be thrilling and exciting for me to be able to play it live for the first time. And then the fans will fall in love with it through the live performance and hopefully love the record and want to buy the HQ versions of each song.
Oh my gosh, it's so tech.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
It's just so
it's just
high
how
end.
it is now, yeah.
If you're a starting artist and you're listening to this interview and Lady Gaga's laying out, what she's
take
doing.
Notes, yeah,
just take notes. Yeah. I mean, this is how it's all headed this way. Very well architected, to say the least.
Thank you. That's very sweet. We're very tired.
I can imagine. It's a good thing you have a new bionic hip.
Yeah, and also this painted face makeup, it covers up all of the dark circles under my eyes.
Please, you've never looked better. You really haven't.
do
All the
great.
meditating and all the healing or the recovery, the rehab.
Marina
you wear it well.
Marina saved saved my life. I mean, not to
Who did?
Marina Abramovich, who actually this video that you saw, this is from a Kickstarter video that we did together to help support the Marina Abramovich Institute, and she calls me Gagovich, so sometimes when I talk I get confused because I hear her in her
accent.
Yugoslavian accent. So she really saved my life because I felt polluted for a while by fame, and my time spent with her, she spent cleaning my spirit and cleaning my house. And
no kidding. What do you feel like now?
I feel less
polluted,
high all
less
the time.
High on fame?
No, less high.
High, literally.
High, literally. I mean, she sobered me up a lot, and
wow.
I stayed very committed to her as a student, and I found that discipline and that sense of ambition that I've had inside of me since I was very young. I found it again in a way that I have never felt it before.
Can I have her number?
Yeah, well,
I'd like to feel all those things.
That will never work for you.
The thing is, as well, it's not easy. It's not like it's not talk therapy. I went out in the woods for 3 hours blindfolded, and I had to find my way back, and I, stood for an hour in the river.
You're not kidding, huh?
Yeah. Well, it's concentration and
right.
It's commitment, and for me, it's if I'm committed to my work and if I'm worth my salt as a songwriter and as a performer,
right.
Even if I'm a pop star, can I change what that means if I'm more committed than anybody else?
Did you make your way out blindfolded to the forest?
Yeah.
She's here now.
We have footage of it. It's actually hysterical because you just see the leaves. You just see there's just brush
and
moving, and then you just see this naked ass rolling out. And I had thorns. I had bites all over me and spider bites. I was itching for a week after, but because I took my clothes off when we did it, because when we went out into the woods, I had this nice white outfit on, and it was covering my body, and
right.
As I was walking, you get a sense that you have some armor on if you do.
Start to peel it off.
Well, I said to myself,
you start to feel that your clothes they're
holding you back.
They're holding you back.
I felt that they were holding me back because as I was walking, I was thinking, well, I'm really knocking this tree over right now, and I'm sort of disrespecting this tree and ripping the branches off of it as I'm trying to get through the forest, even though I can't see. So once I took the clothes off, if you reach your hand out, you feel a thorn. You approach the tree in a different way.
Right.
And these were the sorts of things that I was really interested in. I wanted to get in touch with my real pure animal naked side because
right.
Why
not?
You can be interesting and you can be provocative and you can be avant-garde and be minimal.
I'm taking my clothes off.
Yeah, do it.
Let's go. Just take it off, everybody.
We support that.
We're talking to Lady Gaga for just a few more minutes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to go this long with it, but I just love you so much, your music, and
I love you too.
And just talking to you. This is a movie that I want to see. This is like a modern day musical Rocky.
The good news
because
is,
you got hurt, you were at the top of your game, and then you got hurt with the hip, and then like the Rocky where you went to Russia.
Yeah.
The montage is so good. You're
is,
naked in the forest with bug bites.
The funny thing is we made it into a movie.
Did you really?
Yeah, it just so happens that as it all was going down, Terry Richardson had been traveling the world with me during the time, and he got it all on film.
Like from the injury on?
So you have like this documentary style time lapse
and he
from.
filmed the surgery as well. And
Are you gonna make? Is that gonna come out?
Yeah, we have a feature film that will come out.
Oh,
next year.
that's what I'm talking about.
That's what you want to see.
The Gaga like Rocky, and look at you now. I mean, you're just like you seem better than ever. Like I've never talked to you this clear because you seem younger. Like you said, you tapped back into your real love of all of this, and you're less high on fame and less high literally, and you're excited about art pop and everything it represents.
Yeah, and also that
you're Yoda, dude. It's unbelievable.
As
a young Yoda.
As a pop singer, because you were such a pop cultural figure, especially during a time when pop music was very big, right? So that they tried to put us in a box of since the beginning of what pop music was. It was
called TRL. That was the box, literally.
Right. So
come to that window.
Exactly. So for me as an artist, every time I put an album out, there's this thing that happens where the public or the label, not so much the label, they're being fantastic, but
they're here in the room
they
too.
really try to push you back into the box, right? And I won't ever be inside the box, and that's why my fans fell in love with me in the beginning, and that's why I fell in love with them, because they were outside the box as a fan base.
Right.
And that's really what art pop is all about, is redefining the image of the icon. I don't have to be a girl that doesn't write her music and makes inconsequential pop music. I can write great music with great poetry and work with my young friends fans, and we can make something that's new because it doesn't have to come from the machine to be great.
I mean, Lady Gaga, everybody. Awesome. Well said. I wish we heard that more. It's refreshing to hear in modern day pop music. Thank you so much for coming in today. It's so good to see you.
Thank you.
The album comes out November 11th. That date's not going to change, is it?
No.
And the movie? When is that movie going to come out? With you naked in the forest, making your way out blindfolded.
Well, I'm sure we'll use footage from that because we filmed that whole experience and all my experiences with Marina. But there's a lot. There's footage from the tour, footage from us. To be fair, there's a lot of nudity in it.
That's perfect.
Because I that's how I work. I work
naked
and smoking and drinking and writing. I like to feel free and I like to feel...
As you should. You've earned every right to do all of that.
You know what? Thank you. Because that's the only thing I feel I have the right to.
Absolutely.
And that's what I tell people. I say, if anything else, I would just like to be left alone.
You think you've earned that
while
right?
I write my music. My creative freedom is the most important thing to me.
Right.
That's what I say. If I can't make the kind of music
they take that away from you, you're in trouble.
I don't want to make it at all.
Right.
Why even make music? I'm not interested in making music so that people fawn all over me and tell me I'm fantastic. I make music because I love music.
Right, in the process of making the music and the way you do, it's fun for you.
Well, yeah,
there's nothing more fun than that.
I have to. If I don't, it's like, do you have to breathe?
Right.
I have to I'm obsessed with music. If I didn't have music while I was on the Born This Way ball, I never, ever would have been able to finish that tour. It was the ability to make the records after the show, staying up all night. We built a studio in my hotel room everywhere we went. So that's, a lot of what Terry filmed is us just, setting up,
breaking down.
up
Most of that
equipment.
became art pop, right?
No, the whole thing became art pop.
Right.
And the film is actually essentially the making of this album through the experience of this kind of downfall moment in my life where, it's actually, I don't want to give away too much, but I don't even know if it's in the movie yet. But, there's this one time when Swanson and Terry came to film me and I was in Chicago in my apartment and you would not believe my apartment. It's smaller than this room.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like to live very fancy because it makes me think like a rich person. I don't like to think like a rich person because it's not good for my creativity. So I just like to be...
The poor realtor that has to deal with Lady Gaga.
Right.
Oh my God, yes, I got Gaga. She wants an apartment in Chicago.
Everybody was screaming
$30,000
at me
a month.
today.
And she's like, no, she wants the 800 square foot box.
Right.
No, that's exactly right. And everyone was screaming at me today because we're staying somewhere that smells like mold.
We won't name names.
They're all really mad at me. They're like, Gaga, can we just stay in a nice place, please? You're a pop star. You're an international pop star. They're like, well, I just feel I can't think.
Right. Why are we at the Village Inn? This makes no sense. You're so famous.
Yeah, we're really happy and we're so excited
Good for
to
you.
have the new music on the radio. We've been just dying to play it for you, and I can't wait for iTunes Music Festival. It's September 1st, and you can watch it live stream on iTunes. You can pre-order the album now, and you'll be able to hear all the music.
And again, 1 hour of new music, which you told us today, which is a great exclusive to have.
Yes.
Well, great.
And there will be a series of tweets notifying you about acceptable attire for that event.
Okay.
Due to recent events.
After this conversation, I was thinking any attire would be something. No attire would be the announcement. We could do this all day, but the more I talk, the more I get electrocuted because we're supposed to play 50 songs an hour. We love you, Lady Gaga.
We'll play those songs, support those artists.
We definitely will. Thank you so much. It's great to see you.
Thank you, you too.
Wake up with Carson